Hey guys, it's Megan, and today I'm back with another DIY fidget jewelry video. If you missed it, last time I made fidget rings. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to make 5 different fidget bracelets. All of these bracelets have parts that move in some way or another. I tried to make designs that I'd actually wear, and I'm actually pretty happy with how they turned out. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So here's the first bracelet that I made. I don't really know what to call it, but basically, this pony bead slides over all the other beads. To make this, I used some 5mm stretchy string, some 4mm pearl beads, and a pony bead. I like to cut more string than I need when I'm making bracelets, so I cut a piece that I could wrap around my wrist 2 times. I tied a knot at the end and left a little extra tail. I always tape the end of my bracelets to the table. I just think that it makes it easier, plus it's easier to film. Then I just strung on my pearls. You can use pretty much any beads that you have for this bracelet. If you don't have pearls, seed beads or something similar would probably work. As long as the beads are 2 different sizes with one that can fit over the other ones, you should be good. Once you have all the smaller beads on there, put on the larger bead and tie the ends together. I like using a pony bead because it makes it so you can spin the bead like this as well as sliding it back and forth. Once the bracelet ends are tied, that's it. Like I said before, you can move the larger bead around your wrist and you can spin it, either on your wrist or off of it. I really like this one because not only is it super easy, but it kind of fits in with the jewelry that's like trendy right now. This next bracelet is actually something that I've shown before, but I made some improvements to it. The beads can be moved along the string like this, either on or off of your wrist. For this bracelet, you'll need some not stretchy string, pony beads, jump rings, and magnetic clasps. You could use a regular lobster clasp or anything else that you have on hand, but I like the magnetic ones. They make it easier to put the bracelet on and off, and the magnets give you another thing to fidget with. Cut a piece of string that can wrap around your wrist about 3 times. Fold your piece of string in half and tie a knot at this end, leaving a small loop. Then tape the loop to the table. Take a bead and put the left string through it. Then bring the right string through, making sort of an X shape. Pull both strings until your bead reaches the top of the bracelet. Then we're going to do the same thing. Bring the left string through the bead, then the right string, and pull both strings until the bead reaches the top. Repeat this stitch for the rest of the beads. Bring the left string through, then the right, and pull the bead up to the top. The number of beads that you use is up to you, but I used 9 standard size pony beads. You'll want to leave some extra strings so that you can slide the beads around. Measure the bracelet around your wrist and tie a knot. Slip on a jump ring and tie another knot to secure it. Open the jump ring with pliers and put on one side of the magnetic clasp. Then close up the jump ring. Put another jump ring on the other end of the bracelet and stick the other side of the clasp on before you close it. Make sure the bracelet fits and cut off the excess string. You can use some clear nail polish to seal the knot. And that's it! These bracelets are so easy to make, and they're a lot of fun to mess around with. While the bracelet's on your wrist, you can roll the beads back and forth like this, or you can take the bracelet off and slide the beads up and down. I think this next bracelet might be my favorite out of the whole video. For this one, you'll need a marble. I got these from Dollar Tree a while back. You'll also need some 20-gauge wire, chain, jump rings, and a magnetic clasp. Cut a piece of wire that's about 13 inches long. Take your marble and start wrapping the wire around it. This is one of those things that's like easy to do, but it's really complicated to explain. Basically, the wire is used to make this little cage for the marble. You're going to want the top of this cage to be pretty much open. About 2/3 of the marble should be wrapped with wire. There's no pattern to this, you kind of just keep crossing the wire over itself until you're left with something like this. So here's what the front should look like, and here's what the back should look like. As you can see, if I pick it up by the wire, shake it around, the marble is secure and it's not going to fall out. You can turn this into a bracelet, a necklace, or even a ring if you want to. To make it into a bracelet, I cut 2 pieces of chain that had 10 links each. The chain that I used can be opened and closed with pliers, so I put the chain through the wire and closed it up. I repeated this on the other side, then added my jump rings and a magnetic clasp to each end. And here's how my finished bracelet turned out. Again, love the magnetic clasp. They make it so easy to put the bracelets on. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend these if you make a lot of jewelry. And the marble can be moved around every which way. It kind of reminds me of like a classier version of my DIY fidget cube that I made a few years ago. This next bracelet was again super easy. I feel like I said that for all of these, but it's true. All you need is some not stretchy string, a few beads, jump rings, and magnetic clasps. Cut a piece of string that can wrap around your wrist about 5 times. Then, take the string and make it into a Z shape like this. Cut here and here to divide the string into 3 pieces. Slip a jump ring on the end of the group of string and tie a knot. Tape this end to your table, then put 1 bead on each string. Try to use beads with a hole that's similar to the size of the string. Obviously you want to be able to get the bead on, but you don't want them to be too loose and slide around on their own. I put tape on the end of the string to help get the beads on. It was a bit of a struggle, but eventually I got it. Once all the beads are on there, go ahead and measure the bracelet around your wrist. Add a jump ring to this end and tie a knot to secure it. Then add the magnetic clasp to each jump ring. Make sure the bracelet fits how you want before cutting off the excess string. You can adjust this knot at the end if it's too tight or too loose. I know it can be kind of hard to judge how much string that you need when you use clasps and jump rings and stuff. Cut off any excess string and cover the knots with clear nail polish to secure them. Let that dry and you're all set. With this bracelet, you can move the beads up and down on each one of the strings. If you don't have the clasps or jump rings, you could put beads on a Pura Vida style bracelet for a similar effect. This last bracelet looks complicated, but I promise it's not. It's a little bit more time consuming than the other ones though. For this bracelet, you'll need some stretchy string, pony beads, and either a pipe cleaner or a yarn needle. Start with about 10 feet of your stretchy string. It seems like a lot, but trust me, you'll need it. Fold the string in half and slide on a pony bead so it's exactly in the middle. For the first row of beads, we're going to be doing that same stitch that we did for the second bracelet. Take your bead, bring the left string through it, then the right, and pull both strings until the bead reaches the top. Repeat this until you have enough beads to comfortably fit around your wrist. My wrist is about 6 inches around, and I used 20 beads for this row. To complete row 1, bring the last bead up to meet the first one, and do that same X stitch. Just bring the left side through, and then the right. Now your beads will be in a circle like this. Before we start the second row, you're going to want to tie a yarn needle to the end of each string. I didn't have a yarn needle, so I made one using a pipe cleaner. Take your pipe cleaner, put it under the string, and twist the ends together. Cut off the excess and tie a knot in the string so the needle doesn't slide off. Repeat this for the other end of the string. Now, to do the second row, we're going to take a light blue bead and do that same X stitch. So just bring the left string through, then the right string, and pull both of the ends tight. To secure this bead, do one of those same X stitches that we've been doing through a dark blue bead in row 1. So just bring the left string through, then the right, and pull the ends to secure it. And now it should look something like this. To finish the second row, just do the same thing the rest of the way around the bracelet. Putting on a new light blue bead, then going through the dark blue bead that's next to it. Here's what it'll look like when you get to the end of the row. As you can see, the string is coming out of a dark blue bead. We want it coming out of the light blue bead to start the next row. So just take your string and weave it through the light blue bead just like we've been doing this whole time. Now you're ready to start the third row. You're going to use that same X stitch again for a white bead, then go back through one of the light blue beads to secure it. Do this the whole way around the bracelet. When you reach the end of the third row, your string will be coming out of a light blue bead. Cross your string through a white bead to move it up. To finish the bracelet, cross the string through all of the white beads, the same way that we've been doing. This will take it from that fanned out flower shape into more of a cuff shape. When you reach the last bead, bring the right string through, but leave the left string alone. Tie a triple knot in the strings, and cut off any excess. And you're done! This is the only bracelet that you specifically have to take off to fidget with. You just take the bracelet off, and you can flip it in and out like this. This is probably the most addicting one. I don't know why, I just love it. And the actual bracelet is pretty comfortable. I was really surprised. So those were all of the DIY fidget bracelets that I made. Let me know which one was your favorite, and if you plan on trying any of these. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye!